Hello my dear students. Today I am going to explain you the topic shares and dividends. This is new topic for you. You have never studied this topic shares and dividends. But to understand this topic shares and dividend, you need to have the knowledge of percent and percentage. If you have the knowledge of percent and percentage, there will be no difficulty in solving the questions of the exercise given in your book. Let us understand. I start with shares. To establish a company, a businessman needs a large sum of money. So to manage that large sum of money or to arrange that large sum of money, the businessman divides that large sum of money into equal parts with a smaller value. Suppose I am the businessman and I want to establish a company and I need 1 lakh rupees. I need 1 lakh rupees. So this 1 lakh rupees will be considered as the sum to be invested by me, which we call as capital stock. And if I don't have 1 lakh rupees, so what I do, I will divide this 1 lakh into equal parts of the same value. I wish to divide this 1 lakh into the parts with the value 100 rupees. So I want to divide this 1 lakh into equal parts with the value 100 rupees. So there will be 1 lakh divided by 100,000 parts. There will be 1,000 parts. So this 100 rupees will be considered as the share, the part, the smaller part. How many parts will be there? 1,000 parts. Each part will have its value 100 rupees. So each part of that 1 lakh rupees will be considered as the share. So we can say that there is a company with its stock value 1 lakh rupees. The company had shares with initial value 100 rupees. And there are 1,000 shares of that company. Each share has its original value 100 rupees. So this 100 rupees is considered as, which is original value or printed value, is considered as nominal value. In short we call it as NV, nominal value, or face value, or registered value, or printed value, or par value. So original price of a company is considered as face value. How many shares are there? 1,000 shares are there. Each share has its nominal value 100 rupees. Now these shares are made available to the persons. Means these shares are sold to the person. So the price at which the shares are sold is considered as market value of the share. So market value of a share can be more than the 100 rupees or less than the 100 rupees. It depends on the situation of the market. Remember, when a share is sold in the market, the price of the market can be either more or less or equal to the price, nominal value. So, the case in which market value is more than the nominal value, that case is called above par. That case is called above par. And the case in which market value of a share is less than nominal value of the share, that case is considered as below par. And when the market value is same as the nominal value, that is called at par. So, market value means the value or the price of a share in the market. So, 100 rupees shares can be available in the market for 90 rupees or 110 rupees or at 100 rupees itself. It depends on the situation. So market value can be more than this nominal value or less than the nominal value or equal to the nominal value. Okay? Now, let us understand one more word. Dividend. When the businessman starts the business, means after investing, in this case after investing 1 lakh rupees, when the businessman starts the business, the profit what he gets is distributed among the shareholders. Suppose you purchase the share of that company, so you will be called the shareholder. So the profit made by the company is distributed among the shareholders. So the shareholder, when gets something from the company, so the amount what the shareholder gets is called the dividend, and this dividend is generally given by the or declared by the company annually. Okay, so the dividend, the profit made by the company is distributed to the shareholder, and the company declares annually the rate of dividend, such as 4%, 5% or 6%. So let us consider now 5 formula. 5 easier formula. I start with market value. As I said, the market value can be more or less. Let us consider such a situation in which market value is more than the nominal value. So how much more? Nominal value plus something which is called premium. This premium is to be added with the nominal value to find the market value. Sometimes the rate of premium is given. So you need to calculate the amount of premium. When you calculate the amount of premium and add with nominal value, then you get market value. Now second case, such a case in which the market value is less than the nominal value. In that case, we need to subtract. What we need to subtract? The discount. The share, we say that the shares are available below par. In that case, we need to subtract the discount. So the market value depends on the premium or the discount. When premium is there, we add premium to the nominal value. When discount is there, we subtract the discount from the nominal value. So these are two formulas for calculation of market value. Now second formula. Second formula is for the shareholder. Suppose you want to purchase 10 shares and the market price of share is 120 rupees. So to purchase that 10 shares, you need to have 120 multiplied by 10, 1200 rupees. So you need to invest 1200 rupees to purchase 10 shares of 120 rupees market price. So that we say as sum invested. So sum invested is equal to, I have written here N. N stands for number of shares to be purchased by the shareholder into market value of one share. Sum invested is equal to N into market value of one share. This is third formula. Now fourth one. As I said that when the company makes a profit, that profit is distributed among the shareholders. But company uses a different rule. Company declares the rate of dividend annually, and this rate of dividend is calculated on the nominal value. It does not depend on the market value. It is calculated on nominal value of the share. So that's why the annual dividend received by the shareholder, remember this is the formula which I am going to write, is for annual dividend received by shareholder. That depends on the number of shares what he has purchased and the rate of dividend declared by the company annually. Annually I am saying, and the nominal value of one share. So N, in short you can say that annual dividend received by the shareholder is equal to N or NV by 100. Now the last formula. This formula you will not get in the book. So company declares the rate of dividend and the rate of profit made by the shareholder is different than the rate of dividend declared by the company. I mean, if the company declares 5% rate of dividend to its shareholder, then the shareholder will not have the profit percent as 5%. If company gives 5% rate of dividend to the shareholder, it does not mean that the shareholder will have a profit of 5%. No. Because company declares the dividend, rate of dividend on the nominal value, and the shareholder has to receive his profit percent on his investment, means the price what he pays for a share, market price. So the profit percent made by the shareholder depends on the sum invested by the shareholder, while the rate of dividend declared by the company is calculated on the nominal value or capital stock of the share. So that's why I mention here P as the profit received by, or the rate of return received by shareholder. Profit percent is equal to, profit percent into market value of one share P into NV upon 100 is equal to R into NV upon 100. This P the return percent received by the shareholder on the investment, where R is the rate of dividend declared by the company on the nominal price of the share. P is the profit made by the shareholder on the market value of the share. So this is the last formula. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 formula in this chapter. You need to remember this formula, then only you can solve the questions of the exercise. Thank you.